Welcome to the Casa Podcast, where no topic is off limit. Each episode, we dive deep into the latest topic that we try to bring a little buzz around our viewers and listeners. Today, we are diving into the topic success. What is success? And our goal today is to provide you with a valuable insight and perspective that you probably won't find anywhere but the Casa tribe. So sit back, relax, and join us as we dive into the topic of success. But before we start, let me introduce a guest. I have brand new guests in the house. You've never seen them.
Brand new
Never.
guest.
You've never met any of them, right?
None of
I
us.
have I have Quadro in the house, and I have the award winning, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
the
please,
award
please.
winning
Let's not be
Grammy
dramatic, guys.
Grammy nominated, Oscar nominated,
Please
the
don't be
award winning,
dramatic. Please.
NAACP award winning lady. Efia Yeboah. Efia, welcome.
Mercy. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
Sunday fun day.
I know.
How are you? How are you, my friend?
I'm coping. I'm coping.
Still
Not
winning
so
awards?
well. No, please.
Being successful at winning awards?
Still winning some awards. No, no, no. We are on a break. We'll get back to that next year.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
She,
Sheesh.
my
They can,
brother.
they can win so much, they can put winning on pause.
I know,
That's
I know,
another
I
level.
know,
Like for
I
us,
know.
we win whenever it comes around. She wins
I
so
know.
much, she's like, listen, I can go on a 2 month hiatus.
Oh
I
my
Like, no
know.
god.
winning. I'll be back.
Yeah. I don't think I can sleep tonight. I have to get on game.
Dude.
Oh, you guys.
That's another
Where's
level.
Quajo, my brother? How
Big
are you,
man, big
man?
man.
How are
I'm
you?
good. I'm good.
How's
I'm good.
how's your week?
My week was boring, but okay. I mean, I had very little to do. I was basically busy for nothing. That was my week. But yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Can't complain. Can't complain.
You can't. I don't think you can say busy for nothing. I mean, busy for something.
He's
Maybe you
never busy for
you
nothing, but
could be
mind
you could
you,
be you could be busy
usually
sleeping, right? That's fine. That's something.
right,
But if
right.
yeah, how was your week? Sorry, I didn't ask you. I skipped. How was your week,
I don't think
Miss
it's
Miss
my
Award
week is
winning?
the least interesting one you want to hear about.
Hmm.
It's so monotonous, nothing much. Work,
Oh,
home, gym. Work, home, gym. That's
yeah.
all I do.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
But see, guys. Okay, let me tell you about my week before we
Okay.
start.
Yeah, we need to hear
I
this.
had I had one of the most stressful, weird, I don't know, busy weeks. Like it was, but then the bright side is
Mhm.
I made it.
Mm,
I
mm,
made it. I
mm.
made it without a scratch.
Okay. Okay.
I made
So
it
you
out
were
with a scratch.
successful.
I guess I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Very
And
topical.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
topical.
yeah. And another week, another week. But before I ask you a question, hi, Dachi Hennessy says hello everyone. Hi, Nana Kwame. We're here. Hi to you. Greetings from this side of the world. What side, man?
The
Which
GH
side?
side
Ghana.
of the
Oh,
world.
GH
The
side of the
GH
world.
side of the world, bro.
My hometown side of
Your
the world.
hometown. It's a
My hometown
country.
is
It's a
my
country.
hometown. Hey, don't get me canceled, okay? Don't.
He meant to say his home country,
Oh
My
my
please.
home
god.
country. See, I know if he always got my back.
The whole
Yeah.
I
Ghana.
know
It's
if
the
he I
whole
know if he always
country.
got my back. Yeah,
All
but
right. All
guys,
right.
guys, welcome again
Thanks,
today. Let's
man.
let's
Thanks.
let's let's
Thanks.
go. I'll start with the ladies first.
Mm,
My first
mm,
question:
mm.
what is success? I know you know this was coming, but I'm still gonna ask. What is
Uh,
success?
it's more like
Talk to me like I'm in third grade. Talk to me. If yeah,
Mm,
what is success?
more like you being able to achieve a purpose or a
mm,
goal, like in basic terms. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I think success is.
Like
mm.
when you say goal, is it a goal you set for yourself or a goal that somebody set for you or society set the general status like the bar? Is it when you
I
say
mean,
goal, what do you
ideally, I would say a goal you set for yourself, but
mm-hmm.
since Yeah, humans don't live in isolation. We live in communities
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
society. We'd have personal goals, and they are ones that the society is already there.
Mm-hmm.
Some set standards. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you have yours. So when I talk about success, I usually talk about mine, the goals I've set for myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm meeting them or not. Yeah.
Okay, I will come back to you on that. I have
Mm,
a question for you on that, but I'll come back. Let me ask the prof question.
mm.
Uh Big man, what is success? Talk to me. I'm in third grade. I'm in third grade. Talk to
Oh,
me.
third grade. If you're in third grade, I'll tell you something. In third grade, this is success. Success is being able to button your shirt all the way down without any
Uh-huh.
problem.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
success. And I'll
Uh-huh.
tell your third grade self, listen, the definition changes. Like when you get to my age, fitting
Mm-hmm.
in last summer's clothes is success. Like,
Mm, mm,
right?
mm, mm. You, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For everyone, the definition of success is very different, right?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
If in third grade, listen, button it up, you're good,
Mm-hmm,
But yeah,
uh-huh,
definitely getting to a goal or a target or
uh-huh.
something you set out for yourself, right? Achieving something you set out to achieve is what I would
Mhm.
call success, right? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for a third grade person, like, listen,
Okay, okay. Let me turn it
mhm,
around. Now
mhm,
we're done with the third grade, right? Talk to me. I'm a
mhm,
millennial.
mm,
I'm a Gen
mm,
Z.
You
mm,
are
I'm a
not a
I'm a
Gen Z.
I'm a
mm,
boomer. I'm a boomer. I'm everybody. I'm
mm,
everything.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
College level, above college level.
mm,
What is success? I go if you wanna
mhm,
let's I still have a question for you. I'll come to that,
Oh
but
my god.
let's
As a millennial,
uh
well, that would be different then. I mean, it's not so different. It's still having some goals you've set or some targets, and then being able to reach those targets.
mm,
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I
mm,
think, yeah,
mm.
being able
Sika,
to.
so okay, so if Sika Kakrai said accomplishment of a purpose.
mm.
Do you agree with that? Is that a tangent you're riding?
Yeah, more like it. If you're able to accomplish a purpose, something you set yourself
Mm-hmm.
to do, yes, you've been successful at it.
And Dachi Hine says success to me is you being able to achieve set target, maintaining
Maintaining.
and doing it. See, maintenance is a
Mm,
big thing. I feel like
Very,
it's
mm,
a
very.
whole topic. I feel like
mm.
it's a whole
We
topic on
have
its
to.
own,
So,
right?
Yeah, it's
so,
a whole
so,
topic
so
actually.
there's this thing
Over and
about
over.
that, right? What
Uh,
he added at the tail end is not success.
doing it over and over
Doing
again.
it over and over again is
It,
a
it
reputation, right? That's how you
yeah,
build a
yeah, yeah.
reputation. You can succeed, and there are people who succeed one time, and there
Uh-huh.
are people who succeed over and over and over again. And at that
Mm-hmm.
point, success becomes their reputation. That's what they are known for. They are
Mm-hmm.
known to
For
win,
winning.
known to
Yeah,
succeed. And so,
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
over and over again is key. And I feel a lot of people end at success. They
Mm-hmm.
stop when they get to the mountaintop.
Oh,
They
oh,
don't ever want to stay
oh,
there. So
and then they fall.
yeah, exactly. Then you see them taper off. They're like, "Oh man, he was first in third grade, but now he's bottom of the class, right?"
Like they say getting up there is one thing. Staying up there is a
Maintenance, maintaining
whole
it. Yep,
entirely.
Yeah.
yep.
So I think that
Yep.
she hit it there.
That you
Rashid.
nailed it right on.
Yeah, welcome Rashid. Papa Rash. Rash said yes, the definition of sex is very different. I'll start with Kojo. Kojo, how
Mm.
different? Do you agree with Rashid? How
Yeah,
different?
yeah. Like I said when I was introducing it,
Hmm.
success at different stages in life for different people is
Yeah.
defined differently, right?
Hmm.
Um, yes, for someone fitting in their last year's summer clothes or any clothes or
Hmm.
zipping up their button is
Yeah,
success.
aka me.
Right,
Yeah.
and for others, right, it's being able to do something, and it's weird, but for some people their success or what would be expected to be success of them is doing
Hmm.
something nobody has ever done. And
Hmm.
so, like in a game, right?
Oh.
In a soccer game, when someone like Neymar, right,
Hmm.
and say who else, Kudos, play a game,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
they do the exact same thing, people
Hmm.
say, "Oh, Kudos has done extremely well. It's been a successful game for him."
Hmm.
And people turn to Neymar, who played the exact same thing, and be like, "Man, your standards are dropping." So success would be different for different people, depending on where they're
Is it
coming from and what their goals are.
is it because of different standards for everybody? like the
and then
Neymar story.
celebration.
Like we have different standard for Neymar and different standard for kudos. Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes, unfortunately, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If yeah, what do you
You
think?
see.
Is it different? Do
Oh
you
yeah.
agree?
I
Different for
I
everybody?
of course, for everybody, success is different because of the
Mm-hmm.
goals they set for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is why I think it's different. But if you're looking at it in general, right? As I said, we don't live in isolation. So far as we live in a society,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, society has some standards for you that they expect you to reach. And whether you
Mm-hmm.
like it or yes, they're going to judge you by those standards.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to that,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit shaky. It's not really different. It's like it's either this or not. You're either there to be called successful or not. But yeah, if you look at it that way, I think we neglect the individual aspect of it because it's like, yeah, that's not what we are looking at. That's
Yeah.
not, you know, but it's different for different people depending on the goal they set for themselves. Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
Guys, if you just tune in, this is a Casa podcast. Sunday fun day. We are talking about success. I have Efia in the house, I have Kojo in the house. So far, I think we've come to agreement that the tomato seller at Marcola success is different from the analyst at Bank of Ghana success because everybody
Definitely.
is different, right? Even though the analyst is putting the seller's money, say whatever she made from selling tomatoes into their models to project whatever, their success is different. We've agreed on that. So welcome, and I hope you've been successful in acquiring a cup of your favorite beverage to listening to us because
Hmm.
we are gonna dive into
Quincy,
different aspects of
I have a
success.
question though. I have a question
Go
for the
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. What's your question?
if you're watching, if you on the live stream right now, have you been successful at hitting that like button and sharing and inviting your friends? I mean,
Oh
come on,
yeah,
let's measure that success.
yeah.
Drop a
Let's
like
measure
on
that.
that
Let's
video.
measure that. That's
Drop a like on that video. Smash that
that's
like
a
button and then share. If you haven't
that's a
subscribed,
metric. That's a metric
it
for
is.
that's a
It is.
metric
It
for
is
you.
a
We're
measure of
judging. Yeah, yeah,
success
yeah,
on the
yeah,
podcast. If you're watching
yeah,
this
Yep.
show,
yeah, yeah.
smash
We're
that like
measuring it.
button.
We're measuring it. And as Rashid said, that's the true. We have different measure of success depending on where you started from.
Mm,
Started
mm.
from the bottom, now we're
Now we
here.
here.
Started
Okay.
from the bottom.
Started
Now we're
bottom.
here.
That leads me to my next
Mm.
question.
Mhm,
And let's guys,
mhm.
subjective, objective. What do you think success is? Or both. Or let me rephrase it. Is success
Mhm,
subjective or
mhm,
objective, or is it both? And
mm.
I don't want. I know Efia and Kojo, we're not doing group think here. We've never done that. We don't do that on Kaiser
Yeah,
podcast, right?
We are never even on
Every
the same path.
if
So
you,
I
yeah.
know,
if you and
I
I are
know,
not even, we're not on the same page. Listen, we're not in the same.
and
We're not even
so.
in the same library. So don't
so,
worry about it.
guys, I want us to butt heads here. I want us to
Mhm,
butt heads here.
mhm,
What is it? Three. Is it subjective? Is it
mhm.
objective, or is it both? I'll start with you, Kojo.
Mm. For me,
Yeah,
this is going
yeah.
to be
For you.
this is going to be a bit out there. But for me, I think
Let's see.
success is objective.
Hell
Um,
no. Of course no.
success is objective.
No.
It's
Uh-uh.
clearly objective.
No.
And let me see if I can drive this home. AY. Let's play this game.
Why is it purely objective?
It's purely
Listen.
objective, right? Because I don't
Hmm.
think individuals get to decide, right, what should be
Hmm.
success. You don't go and
Hmm.
write an exam and come home with a 44 and be like, listen, I'm a successful black student. No, you don't get to choose. Listen, it's
Okay.
objective. When you
Okay.
make an A, like when a kid comes out of an exam with a
Hmm.
100% on the report card, I
Hmm.
don't care what the content of the exam is. The
Hmm.
kid went there and nailed it. That's success. If you
Hmm.
come with a zero, you can't tell me, yeah, well, at least I wrote my name. You don't get to pick and choose, right? And so the standards are the same, and that's how we are able to end up comparing, the most successful top 30 most successful people. Yes,
Hmm.
success is
No.
objective.
But but
And please
but
type them
but
next to
but
each
I have
other.
I have a follow up question. If
Is
if
that
if you have
no?
if you have Kojo and Kofi
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they both gym goers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they want to Kojo wants to lift 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's his prime that he
Mm-hmm.
wants to
That
hit.
is his capacity. That's
Yeah,
how much
okay,
Okay.
he
Yeah,
can
okay,
yeah,
lift.
yeah.
yeah,
Let
yeah,
him
yeah,
finish.
right.
Okay.
And then from what you're saying about a kid in school, so my question is it based on, it can be subjective based on where you are or what the task, and it can be objective, because if Kojo wants to bench 200 and
Mm-hmm.
Kofi thinks 100 is what is good for him, if Kofi reaches 100 and Kojo reaches 200, right? But then all the meatheads at the gym be benching 500 and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? But can we say that Kofi's 100, he was successful at reaching 100,
Oh,
and Kojo was successful at reaching 200, or
Kofi and
can
Kojo can be happy with what they did,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
They can be happy with what they did. They can be
mm-hmm,
very proud of
Hmm.
themselves and they can leave.
Hmm.
yeah.
But they can't call themselves successful
Listen,
weight
could
lifters.
you
Why?
Chrissy missed something here, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
let's put
Hey.
in other variables. Like we are talking about capacity, right? So
Uh-huh.
it's not like he let's say Kofi puts I want to lift 200 pounds
Uh-huh.
because he weighs like what 80 pounds or
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
90 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi needs a doctor, not a gym.
Listen,
If you weigh 80 pounds,
No, 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 no. If yeah, let's
I
forget
mean,
how much they weigh,
but
right?
yeah, but in
With
terms of capacity,
Mhm,
mm-hmm,
200 is like what he can do it.
mhm,
He
mm-hmm,
can do.
mhm,
mm-hmm,
Someone way bigger than him can carry 500.
yeah.
It
mm-hmm,
doesn't mean that Kofi is unsuccessful because somebody
mm,
did
Uh,
500.
uh.
No.
Yeah, yeah, but AY, that's the thing. I don't want us to create that false dichotomy. It's not that if you're not successful, you're unsuccessful. No, there could be certain
mm,
things
mm,
you
mm,
do that
mm,
you can't claim
mm,
to have been successful at it. I can
mm-hmm,
invest money, right? And
uh-huh,
make 200 CDs, right? And
mm-hmm,
maybe I'm happy with it. This is the best I could have done. But I don't go about calling myself a successful investor.
No, that is it. That is where I have a problem with, right?
Okay.
So
what is your problem,
how
AY?
we are putting
Yeah.
together the individual metrics and then the group metrics here,
Okay.
like putting
Uh-huh.
it together and saying that it has to
Mhm.
be like this or nothing. Yeah, I get it that the fact that you're unsuccessful, you are not successful does not mean
You're
you are
unsuccessful.
unsuccessful.
Yes,
Yes.
you're a partaker. We
But
don't get
no, no,
participation
no,
trophies.
no, no. So that is why I said that some
Okay.
people their capacity is where they've reached. So
Mhm,
if the
Uh-huh.
person has reached their maximum capacity,
mhm.
Mm-hmm,
regardless of where I have reached, the
mm-hmm,
person can still say I'm successful because that is the limit. Like that is where the person can go.
No,
Why are we setting it? No, we are all not the same.
no.
Like look at me going to lift like 200 pounds and Kojo going to lift two
mm.
hundred pounds. That is like
But
AY,
but but
it's
AY,
my
so easy
question,
for
AY.
him.
see,
Let me
see.
It's
ask
so easy
AY.
for
Let
him.
me ask
I
AY
can
something real
lift
quick.
it, right? So
Mhm.
if I'm able to lift at least like 110, 100, and I've done it. That is
Mm.
my success. That is where I can reach. That
Yes.
is my
Mhm.
capacity. That is success.
So that
That
is
is
a
it.
goal that you set. That's why I asked that when you set that 100 pound goal
We
for
can
Mhm.
yourself,
make it.
when
We
you
can
hit,
set a particular standard because we are all not the
AY,
same.
we're not setting a
We are
particular
not
so
standard.
coming.
so so
We are
so
not on a
wait, wait,
level
wait,
field
ay,
going up.
mm-hmm,
Mm.
ay,
The
so
ground is
so
not level.
so
People
that
come
comes
from a
to
more, it's
Mm.
not we can't because
diverse.
we
So
yes,
AY,
there's
I
a lot of
understand. I
diversity,
understand
right?
where you're coming from, right? But this is what I am trying to explain, right? We're
Okay.
going to listen. People should be comfortable with having done stuff, having done very well at stuff,
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
having even been great and even surpassing their own expectations.
Mm-hmm.
But people should take time before they go about claiming success, right?
mm,
Because I think we're trivializing what success means. Listen, AY, if you're a 6-year-old, or
mhm,
if you're a 5-year-old and you graduate preschool and you're going to grade one,
Mm-hmm.
at 5, it's a great achievement because most people go to the first grade at 6. And so
Yeah.
you are
mm,
even surpassing your own expectations. But you
Mm-hmm.
don't go and take a mic and say, hey, I'm an academic success. This is such an academic achievement. Like I have attained
mhm,
it. You can be happy with what you've done, but the journey has just begun. Just keep going, right? And so,
uh-huh,
yes, you set 100-pound mark for yourself and you meet it. That's great. You don't go
Mhm.
telling people, listen, I'm a successful weightlifter. No, no, no.
So that would be so that see
No, Kwejo,
I asked
if
personal.
someone like
Mhm,
me,
mhm.
right,
Uh-huh.
is
What do you
able
mean?
to
What does
lift
that even mean, AY?
What does
What
that
does that even mean? Someone like
someone
you.
with the same strength that I
What's your
have.
strength?
We
We
don't
don't
know
know
what
your
strength you
strength.
we don't know your strength.
I know my strength. So let me just
Okay.
say it.
Uh,
Uh uh
AY, do
I
you
know
think
my
I'm a
strength.
successful, rich entrepreneur? Because I know how much I should be making in my bank account, and I surpass that.
You're not even an entrepreneur. What are you talking about?
I have invested in myself and I have made a ton of money. Like, we can't go about claiming things. That's my thing. Because and the reason why I think it should be objective is these days on social media, you go on TikTok, someone
mhm,
takes one econ class. And
mhm.
suddenly it's a finance guru, and they're trying to teach everybody what to do. Oh, the successful relationship.
Started no wait we started LLC,
Now
apply for this
stop
credit, get this
stop
account, do this, do that, get 10% here, and
throwing
but
bullets.
guys, Dachi Hini said there are
Mhm.
levels of
Oh.
success.
Mm.
Okay, Dachi Hini said that. So AY, the
Mm.
level of success. Back to what you were saying. I think we went a little bit on the other side of my question.
AY is
That
joining my team.
I'm not joining your
yeah,
team.
right.
He's finding
AY,
No.
a way into my
is it
library.
do you
I'm
guys
not.
agree? Will you
Mhm,
guys agree that
mhm,
um when you whether it's subjective or objective, it depends on the task. Is it can we agree on that or you guys disagree? Because AY sounds like and correct me if I'm wrong, you sound like it depends on the task, right? Because you set 100 pound weight limit for yourself, you hit that 100 pound, so you're successful, right? And then somebody else said 200, they hit that 200 and they're successful. But what is the industry standard of
mm,
lifting,
You know,
mm,
if you guys do that, right?
mhm,
right?
If I lift 100 pound, I'm
Mm.
like,
No, we are
I'm
comparing
I'm
because
coming. I'm not
we
going
don't live
compare.
alone. Like you say, you're
One
all
minute,
whites, right?
1 minute. So
Yeah.
if I'm able to lift 100 pound, I'm like, oh,
mhm,
I was successful at lifting 100 pound. No, I'm successful in the industry. I'm
okay.
more specific
Mm,
that I'm successful at
mm,
this thing that I try to do and I got
mm,
it done.
mm,
Right? You guys are taking things out of context.
mm,
When people say success, right? It's
Hmm.
not I don't like us to generalize it
mm.
because then it becomes difficult to measure because of individual
A- AY,
ability.
AY, AY. Let-
So usually what you should say is
Hmm.
whenever you talk about your success, be
Hmm.
mhm.
more specific. You're successful
Oh,
at what? You
AY,
know?
AY, I have a question for you.
okay, okay.
AY,
Now
I
I'm a
have a
little
question
lost.
for you, Crazy. Let me ask AY this way.
Now I'm a little lost, but go
AY,
ahead.
I have a quick question for you. So you go
Go
out on
Hmm.
a
ahead.
date with a young man, and he sits
Uh-huh.
across from you with a straight face, not even smiling, and tells you,
Hmm.
I'm a very successful investor in oil and gas. I
Hmm.
have made 300% returns on my investment in
Hmm.
2 months.
Hmm.
I have been, written off as the most successful person in my field.
Hmm.
And you find out he deals in, you know, kerosene and palm oil. And he
Hmm.
takes it from Kumasi to Sunyani.
And
And
makes 3 times
and
profit.
he's made 90 CDs on his 30 CD investment. Do
Hmm.
you think the guy has a claim to successful oil and gas titan?
I mean, again, that's what I said. It's
He's
he's
been very
been
specific.
he wasn't specific. He said oil
Uh,
and gas. Which
yes,
oil and which gas?
palm oil
He
and
No, palm oil, palm oil,
if
palm
he was
oil
more
is.
specific, I would not begrudge him because yes,
hmm,
he was able to make
Why would you begrudge him though? Why would we
oil
because
and
it's
gas is so
objective
it's
in his
broad.
view.
Oil and gas is so
It's
broad.
subjective.
And generally we
uh,
say oil and gas, we think
mhm.
you're talking about
Offshore drilling?
Hmm.
yes, and that's
Hmm.
that's what we think. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
if you're that vague and then I find out you were really dealing with palm oil, like bro, please.
But he's still successful. It depend
I mean,
based on your
I'm not
subjective
even
definition.
holding him on the success because yes, looking at the metric he set for himself and
He's
making
been
if you put in
successful.
33
Get
cities
out
and
of
got
here.
30 cities and got 90 cities, yeah, he got it. He got times three of what he was looking at. But that is not what I'm looking at. Could you be more
You.
specific?
Okay, guys. Okay, okay. If you just tune in, this is a Casa podcast, Sunday fun day. We are having fun with the topic success. I am having fun, guys. You having fun? I know Kojo is having fun
I
with
hope so.
AY.
I am having fun.
We're having fun. We're talking about success,
Mm,
and before I come back to you, AY, Michael, I just said, I'm not gonna say the first way. He said success is success is very subjective. However, as humans, the perception of people about what success defines us. For me, I set my goals and I alone celebrate my achievement. So I think he said, yeah, I agree with AY. We can't generalize success. Yes, we can have two businessmen saying they're successful. Individually, they made these remarks based on their set goals.
mm,
Okay, so guys, when somebody say what Michael is saying is when somebody says they are successful, ask them, dude, what do you mean?
mm,
Okay,
mm.
ask them.
Yeah, what do you
He said,
mean?
what do you ask them?
And
Ask
I
them
guess
what it
that
mean.
is the main spine of my argument, right? And that's
Hmm.
where AY and I have a departure. AY wants people to trim things down. And if you want to call yourself successful, just tell us,
Hmm.
I was successful at lifting 100 pounds, 5 meters
Hmm.
for 3 seconds, right? And
Hmm.
then you can claim that. For me, I'm like, listen, before you go about claiming any success, right, it has
Hmm.
to meet an objective metric. It has to
Hmm.
meet an objective standard. And fortunately, we live in a world where we don't go about making the rules. We have to play by the rules. And we've
Hmm.
all been to school when teachers set exams and we go in there, maybe Kwejo's expectation is he's going to go in there and get a 50. When Kwejo comes out with a 54, and if Yayeba comes out with an 81, I
Exceed.
can't go about claiming success. I can't say, "Oh my God, I was so
Hmm.
successful in this exam." It's not like that. There's standards to this. So instead of you going to explain, "Oh, I'm successful because I wanted 50 and I got 54, I got 4 extra points," which is what AY wants you to do. Just keep digging and explain
No,
exactly.
that is not what I want people to do,
Okay,
Kojo.
okay, guys.
So AY
Let's
has.
let AY. I'll let you finish, then I'll jump into my next question. But before you go, Michael, yes, I'm back. Michael said the Frostman is back. Yes, guys, this is Character Podcast. I'm your host. My name is Quasi Frost.
Your voice,
The
bro.
Frostman is
Where
back.
did your voice come from?
Okay, the Frostman is back. AY, take us there. What do you what were you saying?
I'm not saying that if you are writing exams, of course, for an exams, right?
Hmm.
There'll be like the pass mark, not even the pass mark. You know, it's out of 100. So if you make a
Hmm.
100 out of 100, it's
Hmm.
successful, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that because of the different individual intellect and all that,
Hmm.
someone with like someone that has been repeating his a particular class or resitting a particular course all this time, and finally the person getting, let's say, a B,
Mhm.
Hmm.
right? You wouldn't compare the same person to someone who is that good.
If you wanna
Even
talk
though
to
I'm
me,
coming
if you wanna talk to me directly.
No, but
Okay,
AY,
don't
you
go through
said
the comments,
it's not what
please.
we call success, is it?
a minute. So if you're looking at the whole class metric, yes, you're supposed to make an A to say I was successful in this class.
Mm,
But if you look at your individual ability
mm, mm,
and where and what
Hmm.
you can do,
Hmm.
you've been resitting the class 3 times, and then this time around you made a B. That
mm,
is success. You made it. You're not
Hmm.
resitting it anymore. You
Hmm.
made it.
Okay, okay, guys, you
And
guys
then
have brought me.
you say I
No,
was
no, but Kwesi, you're
successful
going to let that one
at
slide.
No, no,
No,
no,
no,
no, no, no, no. I won't let it because
listen.
you guys brought me to my next question, right? That I wanted to ask.
no.
But before I go, let me read some comment from Rashid.
You
Well,
should.
Michael said, "We as people will choose who is more successful, but
Mm,
individually, they are both successful." Okay.
okay.
I don't. Rashid Frost has successfully summarized it. Vusi, I
Said
don't
It's a
know what it.
name.
it's a
Huh?
The
name.
name Vusi
See,
Tembi.
Tembi
K
Hey.
Kwewu said,
Kaoyoke.
define your terms of success. Yes, that's it. Tell us, like, okay, big man, what do you mean? When you say you're successful, ask them, what do you mean?
Mhm.
He says, so just make sure you define what your terms of success are, but understand those terms are for you.
Mhm.
Michael said, exactly, Rashid, my point. But yes, there's a standard of measurement. We all know that. What's the industry standard?
Mhm.
100 pound, 200 pound, 400, 600. What is it?
Mhm.
Right? Cooks is back. Kukwa, what's up? Kukwa, welcome to the Casa podcast. Kukwa said it's called a success story for a reason. It's an individual achievement and how a person attains their goal.
Mm. Mm.
Guys, my
Mm.
next question,
Mm.
right? Let's pivot from here
Okay.
and let's go back to where AY was. Academic success. What is it? AY. Because
Oh,
you
well,
already flirting with that idea. So let me ask you, academic success. What is it? What is
well,
academic
that
success?
is broad, right?
Hmm.
So usually I
Was he
don't like.
successful at flirting with it? Uh,
I don't flirt.
Oh,
I don't flirt. I don't know how to flirt. Please.
uh,
So, so that is broad, Kissy. That's really broad.
Mm,
So, the academic ladder is like from kindergarten to like,
mhm,
is it a PhD or professor
mhm,
or whatever? Yeah,
mhm.
that is the level.
No,
So
but
I think,
how do we measure? I'm not saying in terms of grade level, like regardless of grade level, how would we measure academic success? How,
mm, mm,
right? Because everywhere you go, high school, college, you're still being graded, right?
yeah,
On
I
something.
mean,
So how?
unfortunately, when it comes to academics, right,
Hmm.
we have we have metrics. So it's
mm,
either
Hmm.
you made it or you didn't make it,
mhm,
Hmm.
right?
Mm,
Yeah, Chris,
mm,
Kojo, I'm not saying it, but it's still not objective. I'll
mm,
get there.
mm, mm,
mm,
But
mm,
what we
mm.
don't put into
It is not
consideration,
exactly what you say it is. Okay, we hear you.
listen,
mm,
listen, it's not like either you make it or not, because
Mhm.
you can still pass through it, you can still go through it,
Yeah,
but
mm.
not
not
the
successfully.
you can do it successfully.
Okay.
Like
Mhm,
So
someone
what
will
is
get a
it?
second
So what
class
is it?
upper. Someone will
mhm,
get second class
Mm-hmm.
upper and graduate. The most
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
important thing is the person has graduated and the person is moving on with whatever
Mm-hmm.
they're doing,
Mm,
right?
mm,
So for me, academic success is being able to progress
mm,
in
Mm-hmm.
the academic field.
Mm-hmm.
mm.
That is
When
the
you say,
success.
so what is
Whether
progression in there?
Going to the next level.
going to the
Mhm.
next level, yes.
Whether
Okay.
you
Okay.
skimmed, you jumped over the line, or you crawled over it, or you rolled over it, or someone,
Wherever you
however
did,
you managed to
Mm.
get over
however
to
you
the next
managed to
level.
Mm-hmm.
get there, you got
Mm,
there.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
And if you get there and then you're able to, so usually it's still what you set for yourself. It's
mm,
not I
Mm.
want to make well, if you say you want to make a first class and you made a first class, you're successful at it.
mm,
Even though people term first class as the
Creme de
the
la
the
creme.
the hallmark, you have to make it to be say you're
mm.
successful. But I think it's different. Even though we have the A's and the B's and the no, I still think academic success is very subjective
Subjective. Mm.
because
Interesting.
It's-
people's intellectual ability are different.
That's
How
different.
Mhm.
I'll be some people are just good when it comes to sports, not with
Mm,
reading philosophy,
mm,
and no, they're not going to
mm,
do well there. But then if you're going to judge everybody based on how they score in class, everybody is different.
mm.
So I'll say it's a
No,
gain. It's
but
it's
but
it's the
and
metric you
It,
yeah.
set for
it's
Hey,
yourself.
Kojo. I think AY, you keep giving me questions to ask you, right?
mm,
And I'm enjoying it. I like that. I like that. Right? You said everybody is different, right? But
mm,
Yeah.
then in a classroom, there's set standard that is set. There's an industry standard, right? So how is that subjective if there's a industry standard that a board is judging 40 people in one room that you gotta hit this mark? So how
They
is
don't
that?
say that
Uh,
if you don't hit it right, it's
mhm,
again generally that is the sad part. It's generalized
mhm.
that oh you have to. Okay, would you say those that made first class and the valedictorian are the same? They are both successful at
no,
it.
no.
Mm.
No, they're
I
not
don't
the
I
same.
don't think so. I
I
don't
was
think they
going
hit
to
the same
define
mark, right?
academic success differently,
Right.
but
But
for
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
you AY,
But you know
you
what I
AY wrap
think?
up and I'll let
You
you
know
go.
what I
Yeah.
think? I think they
What do you
all
think?
graduated.
C's get degrees like me, the
And
bottom of the class for no.
if they're able to
We here.
progress to the next level, that
Uh-huh.
that is success.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay,
for me,
Kojo, what do you think?
no, I don't agree with Ifya. Like I said, we're not even in the same zip code. At this
Okay,
point,
all
she's
right.
moving
All
farther
right,
and farther away.
let's hear you out. Let's hear you out.
Academic success, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's something very interesting about it. The terms, they're very fancy Latin terms. Summa cum laude, magna cum laude. They're
Mm-hmm.
very wonderful, lovely terms we give.
Mm-hmm.
And why? We can all have first class. The whole class can have first class, but the top of the class. And when we're talking about academic
Mm-hmm.
success for the term, for the semester, it's that person on the dean's list, the
Mm-hmm.
valedictorian, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all graduated pass whatever, however you manage to get over the line, we all did. If we run a marathon, right? If you cross the finish line, we all finished the race,
Mm-hmm.
but we all did not have successful races. The
Mm.
person with the gold
They
medal
all got
around
to the
them,
finish line.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But we're
So
all.
so
I want people to be. I want AY to be comfortable with the fact that you can do something, you can complete something, you can achieve something, you can even surpass your own goals at something. It doesn't make you successful at that thing.
It makes you
No, no,
successful
no,
at
no, 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 no,
that
no, no, no,
thing.
no, 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 no. You
No,
can
no.
participate, but you're not successful at it.
You
I
are.
have
Mm.
You
played
are.
soccer. I'm not
Depending
a
on your
successful
goals you set
soccer
for
player. AY.
depending on the goals you set for yourself, you are successful at it.
At this rate, then success will mean nothing at the end of the day. If participating in something makes you successful at that.
It's not participating. If my goal was to participate and get 10,
Mhm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
participated and
And
got
got
10,
10.
I am successful at
But
participating and getting
so
10.
Oh my
but
god.
what if the benchmark was 11?
If the benchmark was 11
Yes.
and I set
Are you still
11 for
successful?
myself, oh,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I set
And you
10 for
got 10.
myself,
Yes, and you got 10.
I'm successful.
Okay, okay, we get that. If that is your argument, I get it.
So it's achieving something success.
That's it. Being able to achieve a
No,
set target
you didn't hear what
is,
she said. It has nothing to do even with achieving. The
is what?
standard, the industry standard can be 11.
But if you
A
get
girl goes in there and says, I want a 10. If she gets a 10, to her, she's successful. And we don't disagree. That is what I think. People can be happy and call themselves successful and content.
Mhm.
I call that being content with what you have. It's
No,
fine
Mhm.
to be
that
content
is
with
not
what you have.
content.
But you
That's
can't
not
come and
Yeah,
content.
tell
yeah,
me to
but
look at it as success. You can't come to me and tell me you have
Mm-mm.
$300 in your bank account. I should look at you as a millionaire because you thought you were going to get $2. No, it's not.
No, no, that is not contentment, right? Contentment is being
It sounds like.
comfortable and
Mhm.
being comfortable with what you have,
Mhm,
being at peace with it. That is
mhm.
what I have, and I'm
Yeah, but
okay
you
with it,
clearly said if you fail,
right?
if the standard is 11 and you got a 10, you'll be
Mhm.
happy with it. That is not
That
passing.
is,
That is not
I'm
success.
happy with it because that is the target I set.
It
That
doesn't
is,
mean you're successful.
listen, that is the target I set. I want to make a 10,
Mhm.
and I got a 10. I am
Mhm.
successful at getting the
A
10.
10. Yes, yes.
Yes,
And you failed.
I did not
Okay, okay,
fail.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, guys. So
No more.
let me drag you guys into my next question. But
Mhm.
before I go, Suleimana, what's good, brother? He said, "Hello, guys. It's been a minute." No, it hasn't been a
Hello.
minute. It's been weeks for you, man. And make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Casa podcast, okay, Suleiman. Um, Kukwa is back. Kukwa said individual achievement of a company in an industry, a person in a sport, a team in a league, etc. It's still an achievement for a goal or target, and that's how they measure their
Measure their
success.
taxes.
Mhm.
Exactly. So
Okay,
if they
but
set a goal or a target and they're able to reach it, regardless of whatever anyone thinks, they've been successful at whatever
Hey,
they set their mind
regardless
to.
of what
Regardless.
guys, wait,
It's
Kojo,
not
let me,
objective.
Kojo, I have a question for you, and
okay, hit me.
that question is I'm picking a question from
Mhm,
Suleiman's
mhm,
his comment. He said, "Success is setting a goal and achieving it.
mhm,
Moreover, the benchmark for pass or fail is
mhm.
what will push you forward."
Mm.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree. I think like AY is trying hard, very hard to
To
come
let
up.
us know that if you
But
get 10 out of 11, you still won.
exactly, the individual standards. And to be honest, um, we're living in a world where we've been conditioned to believe that
Mm,
participating in something
mm,
means
mm,
you being successful. There are
No,
a lot
mm.
of
Kojo, no,
people.
nobody is conditioning anyone that
Okay,
way. Uh-uh.
No, I
let
think
me.
I agree with
No,
Kojo. That this,
That is
I
back
not
agree
in
with
the
Kojo on that
day,
one.
no,
Nobody is
back in the
conditioning
day, and this is not
anybody.
me feeling nostalgic about the good old days, but back in the
Mhm.
day, you did something.
Nostalgia.
You told your mom, I'm gonna play soccer. You go, you come
Mhm.
back, she asks you, did you win? You like, no. She's like, okay, go get them next time. Today, when a kid comes home, did you win? No. Oh, it's the showing up that matters. No, it's not. Sorry,
No.
but it's not. Go there, work hard, and win. If you don't win, you come back, you try again. You don't tell yourself, participation trophy. We're 50th,
Kojo,
but
you
we
don't
still
get
beat
my
our.
argument. My argument is not participation. My
What is your
argument
argument?
here is
Mhm.
setting a goal and reaching it. If my goal was to go to the field, score 2 goals, even if my team was trash 4-2, and I
But
scored 2 goals, guess
if
what?
you
That is success.
if you
That is
what are you pinning that go against? Like
AY, at
what
what point do you
I'm
call it
trying
a
to.
delusion? At what point do
Mm,
you tell someone, hey, you're not a successful businessman? Hey, my goal is to reverse my car and not crash into anyone. And I backed out my car and I didn't crash into anyone. I'm a successful driver.
I think you know what? I
No,
think
you're not.
we we
You're
we
driving. You're not unsuccessful, but you're not successful. I think
okay.
there's a middle part.
All right. AY
Well,
and
I agree there could be a middle part, but I'm more
uh-huh.
inclined to it being subjective more than objective. Then, if
Mm,
you make it objective, right, we take away, if you're making something very objective,
mm-hmm.
all the variables that you put in
The
place have to
front.
be equal. Like the people you're comparing to have to have the same individual. It makes people it makes it look like I just feel like we are all different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so even if the metric is like you have to get a 10,
Mm-hmm.
some people cannot get a 10, and that is not unsuccessful. The person's
Whose problem is that though?
we are
Are
not
you
saying
saying they're
somebody's problem.
unsuccessful? AY, we're not saying
No,
they're
no, no. Listen,
unsuccessful.
listen, listen. We're not saying it's a problem you can't reach a
Mhm,
10. We're
mhm.
saying
Mm-hmm.
the person has reached their maximum limit.
Yes.
If the industry maximum limit is way above the person's maximum, regardless of it, the person is successful. Because guess
No,
what? That is
come
the
on,
person's maximum limit. The person can't go
come
above
on.
it. The person cannot go above it. And you're able to reach your set goal. You are successful. Trust me, you are.
Anyway, I think again at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is to make people feel happy about what they have.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree that
I'm
not
one person
every.
that I don't like buttering people. I don't do that.
But
But
now
I'm
you're
not.
really, you're
Guys,
really.
guys.
I don't
So
buzz.
you guys my
But Kwesi,
I have another question
Kwesi, one
for you
second though.
guys.
I know a
Yeah,
lot
go
of people
ahead.
are listening to the audio and they are not seeing this. If you're listening to the audio and you're not catching the video, please watch the video. AY is rolling her eyes at everything she's saying. She does not believe the things she's
What do
saying.
you mean? I
She's just
And
believe it.
rolling
Why
her
would
no,
eyes.
no, no. You
And
can't,
she's
Kojo. I
like,
don't agree.
I do this?
she's like,
You can't
no,
take that from her.
AY is
Uh-uh.
like this. AY is like this. You can be whatever you want to be. She's just rolling her eyes so hard.
Okay, guys. If you just if you just tune in before I go to my next question, if you just tune in, it's Sunday Fun Day, another episode of the Casa Podcast. Today we're talking about success. Is it subjective? Is it objective? Is it both? Can it be both? We've had different comments and different ideas and insight into it, right? But my next question for you guys, let's go to career, right?
Mm,
Because we all need to make money.
mm,
Career.
mm,
How would we define success in the workplace?
mm.
When we say success in the workplace, what 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 would it what is it?
I'm being
AY,
honest.
let's go.
Yes.
So
AY,
well,
let's
yeah.
go.
When it comes to work and
Mm-hmm.
career wise, I think the metrics it's not standard. because
Mhm.
we have different industries and different things people do, and also there's more like this would be a best way to go about it when you look
Okay.
at the industry, because then
Mhm.
some industry, whatever you do, you have a maximum amount of money you can make. So when it comes to individual success in their career, we have people who have different metrics. For some people, it's being able to get the maximum um salary.
Mhm.
For other people, the flexibility is what they term, oh, I'm able to do project, I'm able to take this path, I'm able
Mhm.
to do this. For others, it's about position, being able to get to the
Yeah,
highest position
like
for them.
Michael.
Yeah, everyone is different when it comes to the career path.
Uh-huh.
They define success based on different metrics, right? So
Yeah.
I think that is a very good example of saying we can generalize it. So regardless of whatever you say,
Mhm.
at that point, if I am working towards getting to the MD position or getting to
Mhm.
a top position, regardless of
Mhm.
how much I'm being paid through the process, I think I'm still like I'm getting there. I'm successful at every level. Okay, I move from what is the lowest level? I don't even know. You move from one state to the other. Someone would be like, I don't want the MD position, right? I'm just looking like being paid more or moving
Oh.
from getting a lot of money. For that person,
Mhm.
even if we are at the base level and they are making a lot of money, that is success. You
So
understand?
I have a follow up question. When you said the MD, if you have three analysts that started at a bank and one ends up being the MD, right? He's managing director.
Hmm.
The second one ends up being maybe senior executive vice president of
Hmm.
marketing, and the other one just stayed an analyst. Can we say two of them succeeded and one didn't?
No, we can say
What do you
that.
think?
We can say that because then what metrics are we basing them on? That means we would have to have a standard. What are we defining success to be? Is it the level they reach? Is it how much they make? Everyone is
Mm-hmm.
in there for something different.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just say the you know if we are defining success based on our
Mm-hmm.
term and then measuring everybody up to that, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think we're being fair. So we have to look at individual goals that they set for
Mm-hmm.
themselves. Some people are just there for the
Mm-hmm.
money, and
Now
if we
I was just using that as a
I
general
don't
because
think you can say one is more
um
successful or the other
in
because
that industry, right? In maybe in the finance industry, if you stay an analyst for whatever, you're considered somehow you're
You failed.
failing,
You failed.
right?
It's not somehow you
After year
failed.
two, right? Even investment, like I
You
was just
failed.
using,
Let's
right?
not kid ourselves.
Year two, either you go get an MBA or you move up,
Mhm.
or
wait,
you
Chrissy,
get
are you
they
the
might get rid
one?
of you, right? Right?
Chrissy, listen,
So
I'm coming.
I'm
If the individual in that
mhm,
position says, I
Wants to
want
be
to
there.
be
Yeah,
at the
you failed.
analyst position for three
uh
You were
years,
failed.
and
uh-huh,
the person is there for 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
the person has not failed.
Okay. Okay.
No,
But
the
in
person
this
has not failed.
case, the industry
Has
standard is
standards.
what,
That's what we're
right?
saying.
And that's what we're saying. That
If
well, my question
I
to you.
understand
So
I said
from
it.
your subjective point of view, I'm
Mhm.
asking that. Don't you think they've probably failed at doing IB? Maybe they could succeed somewhere else in marketing or whatever, but don't you think they failed in that um whatever that category that they're in? Don't you think so?
I don't. It's not like I'm again. I don't want us to say someone failed. He could
Hmm.
fail
Hmm.
based on the standard sets. So
Hmm.
if in that industry, the general rule, the general standard for everybody there is to be able to move from the analyst position after a
Mm-hmm.
year,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows that that is a target for me. I have set the target to move out of that position after a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then year one ends and I'm still there. Yes, you failed.
Mm.
I'm not saying otherwise. I just want people to know that success is based on set and achieved objectives. So
Mm.
if I set an objective and I'm able to achieve that object, so imagine somebody that's in an industry that is not able to keep a job for 3 months and it's like
Mm-hmm.
the person has been able to be an analyst for 1 year.
Mhm.
hell, the person has succeeded. You know, the
So
person that
anyway,
succeeded is staying
this
in
is
there.
no, but
You
Okay,
this
know,
is the
okay,
thing.
okay.
This is you
Kojo,
see, this is where I
Kojo,
wanted.
take so. What do you think?
I wanted to come
Take
in
a
at the
say. Yeah.
beginning, right?
Okay.
What would success look like in a career? I want us to go down that Boy Scouts route, right? Let's think of the Boy Scout as career, right? And we all do things. We all go out and we're supposed to serve. We're supposed to learn things in here. We can all be in the Boy Scouts for 5 years. And at the end of the 5 years, Kevin over here is going to have all these ribbons, right? Helping a
mhm,
stranger, helping grandma across the
Mm-hmm.
road,
Mm-hmm.
volunteering for this. And he's going to
Mm-hmm.
have all these medals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jack over here would have stayed in there, turned left when he was told to, kept his head under the radar, flown swiftly through, and they would have 5 year careers in the Boy Scout. But you can't tell me they're both successful scouts. No. It's the same way with jobs, right? There are a lot of people who are making a paycheck, not getting in trouble, doing what they're supposed to do. They go to work, they do their work, they leave.
Mm, mm,
Going
mm,
to be able to do the same thing for several years.
mm,
When I left college and got my first job, there was a man who was there. He had been there since 1974, and I came in 2012. So he had been there since
oh.
1974, and he was doing the job he did the very first day he came in. He came in not with a degree, he came in with a high school diploma. He sat at the desk and did the exact same thing from 74 to 2012. When I was leaving in 2015, I was like 5 ranks ahead of the man. He is successful at keeping a job, maybe, but he's a terrible auditor. Like, he's not learned anything, he's not grown, he's not improved. I don't think he still wrote in his blue and red ink. Like, you know how auditing moved on, we're using, like, everybody was doing, softwares and all that. That man was
Mm-hmm.
still doing books. Like, give him the actual receipts, give him a calculator, and he's going
Mm-hmm.
to audit like that. Is he successful? No. People he had trained were now chief tax officers. Some of the people he had trained were now way up in the ranks, right?
Maybe he was a trainer. He changed jobs to be a
Nope,
trainer.
nope, 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 nope. He was very successful because his success was, let me keep my job and let me come to work tomorrow.
but
And
he
if
did
we
Mm.
that.
no,
Play
that's
safe. Play safe.
that is
You
exactly
know my
what I'm
problem,
telling.
right? You
When
take
we
an
allow
individual
people, no,
and you
AY,
match them
no,
to
AY, when
a group, right?
wait,
A group
AY, let me
goal.
finish. I
The
was
goal
making the
in the
point.
industry, I'm coming. The
Mhm.
goal in the
Mm.
industry, right,
Mm-hmm.
is to get people to move up, to be better, to learn
Grow,
everything.
grow, grow,
Why?
grow,
How? Why?
growth.
That
Absolutely.
generally that is it. But the
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
young man says that mine is to keep my job. He's
Mm-hmm.
done that for 30 years, for
AY,
20 years. He's
eh,
successful at
maybe
doing
you
that.
didn't. Maybe you didn't catch the sass. I was throwing some sasses. If you did anything for
Mhm.
30, 40 years and did the exact same task and never went up a rank, never did anything worth mentioning, never did anything worth advancing your career,
I
when you're
don't
not
think.
growing, you're dying.
Yeah.
That man
Yeah.
has been
Yeah.
dying since
Yeah. I
1974.
don't think. I
He
don't think
is
So
going
are
to
we
go
he's.
on
going
record.
Yeah.
to
Uh,
equate success to growth?
well,
Yes,
based on where you find yourself too, right?
absolutely.
And growth
AY,
is
what?
right.
How can you
Then
call
it
yourself?
means success should
If you're
be
not,
over
if you're not,
time,
eh,
right? Success should be over time. But if you're
Yeah, and
looking at,
Kojo just said that he's been there
I'm
for
coming, I'm
200
coming.
years or whatever,
Yes.
right? And
So if you're
still,
looking at it that
mhm,
way, if somebody is, let's say, a class, like I have set my, let's use the same man's example, right?
mhm.
His tax was that he wants to be able to keep his job for 20 years.
No, I
I
just
want
mm,
you
AY,
to, I
relax.
want
That
us to
wait, wait,
also
wait, wait,
see it.
wait.
It's
No,
not
no, no, wait.
always
AY. I didn't ask the man to tell me why he did that. I'm only it was when he asked me he's not advanced. I'm like, yeah, clearly the man is taking no risk. His only job is to make sure he has a job the next day. So it's not like this is what he actually is living for. But if you
Mhm.
did the same, if you sat at the same desk and not moved, what else can we think about you? Aside, you just want to show up the next day and do the same work. Like, you're not advancing. And so it becomes your goal. It's not like you set out. I don't think he came 20 or 30 years ago as a young man full of energy and said, listen, I'm going to do this job, never get a promotion, never learn anything, not be able to
yeah,
use any other technology but the
uh,
ones I started on day one. No. But after 40 years, when we look at your career, we could just say, huh, You probably just wanted to sit here and play with your
but
pens and
but
out.
guys,
Well,
but wait,
if
wait,
you're taking it to that extreme, yes, the man
mhm.
did not read. The man failed in his industry or
Uh-huh.
at the workplace. Looking at what we're doing, but
Mm.
I don't want us to overlook what I'm saying. That if you set a target for
Uh-huh.
yourself,
Yes,
you meet the
the
target,
target. Yes.
you've succeeded.
No, no, AY, if you meet a target, right, and it's your target, it's your job, it's anything, yes, you're good. It's
Yeah.
fine. You can call it success or whatever. We
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
don't expect us to call it success, but there's also the thing where you can be successful in a field,
Mm-hmm.
and that is
Mm-hmm.
objective. Everybody would see you as successful, and sometimes you would not be anything. To be honest, a lot of people graduate every year. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody is valedictorian, right? And so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
success has to be reserved for the valedictorians. It has to be
No,
reserved for
that
wait,
is where I
wait,
have a
wait,
problem. It
AY.
shouldn't be
It has no
reserved
no, it has to be
for.
reserved. If we want to call everything success, if everyone who leaves the if everyone who leaves college was successful at being in college, then being successful in college means nothing. No, that's why the stripes are there. That's why the distinctions are there. That's why even in the Boy Scout, people get ribbons and different
Mm-hmm.
at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, yes, you can all make it. Yes, if you want to mean success being crossing the line, that's fine. But I don't think we should cheapen success like that. We shouldn't
We
overly
haven't. Kojo,
overly
what you
broaden
don't
the
get,
definition of
we
success.
haven't. What you are doing is
Mhm.
taking an individual goal and measuring it up to an like taking an organizational goal and measuring
Mhm.
it up to an individual. That is unfair to the individual.
I
What I
don't.
think
Uh-huh.
is what I think
Go.
is right. We
Don't roll
shouldn't.
your eyes. Say it with a straight face. Don't roll your There we go.
I'm rolling my eyes.
No, she's rolling her eyes at you.
Yes,
She's
yes,
rolling it at
actually,
you. She's rolling her eyes at
because
you
he's
Right.
trying
because
to
she doesn't
make.
agree with
I
you.
don't agree with
Roll
it.
it again
Thank
one more
you.
time. One more
Roll it
time.
at Kojo because
Roll it.
Kojo is saying stuff that AY doesn't agree
I
with.
do not
I
agree.
agree.
I
I
don't agree
agree.
at all. We can't say the only person that was successful in college was the valedictorian. No,
Mm.
no.
Academically
Okay,
successful, yes.
guys. I have we coming to the hour mark here, and
Why have
I
you
have
picked us
one.
against
I didn't pick you.
You
Pick
did.
it.
You did. You let AY
I
just
didn't,
fail as
all
if
I
you did.
know is AY is she pick a side, she's sticking to it, and I salute her for that. And she's rolling her eyes at you because she doesn't agree with a lot of it. But
Why
guys,
are you doing this?
let
Why?
before I ask my last question, I ask you guys my
Oh
last
my
question.
god.
Let me read some comments.
Mm.
So Kukwa said, well, Sule said that's true, Nanekwa, but make sure the goal is above the benchmark. Okay, I think they rolling towards what Kojo was saying. There's a benchmark you got to probably meet. Okay, Kukwa, it is, but Sule, if I set a goal to become a homeowner and I finally achieve it, wouldn't that be a success for me? Hmm. I didn't need to buy the biggest mansion, true, but I definitely became a homeowner. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
There we have it.
Okay,
No, no,
courage.
no. Being a
Uh,
homeowner is not well in some countries and in some. Listen, buying something is not something we should call success. I mean,
It's
it's
an
a
I kind
great
of,
example.
thing.
It's an
It's a
example.
great thing, but I don't
It
think
it
we
was it
label
was
that as success.
it
I
was
agree with
it
that.
was just an
But
example to.
I know.
let me read some comment, and
I saved up
I
and
have
bought.
a good
I
I have
save
a
up and
good
bought a white
question.
Air Force. I have
Yeah,
succeeded in life. No.
yeah. I saved my best question for the last. I'll come. You guys get ready. Courage said individual success are subjective, but group
Mm,
success are objective. Okay. Kwesi, we cannot say that because the metric depends on who is measuring. Oh, I think when I was talking about the analyst and the MD and the
mhm, mhm.
VP, and okay, for someone it's lonely at the top, so they just may not want to be that whole. Okay, so guys, disclaimer: that whole lonely at the top thing, I don't know. I just think
I don't think it's ever said by
uh,
people at the top. It's only
yeah, I
people
think
who are
it's
not getting to
horse.
the top.
I think it's
Mhm.
horse crap. It is just one of those buzzwords people just throw around. I just
It's
agree.
slowly
I
being at the
don't.
top. Just be at the top
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
It's
I want to
slowly
stay at the
at
top
the
for it's
top.
never.
But
No,
at
Guys,
no,
least the
it's
no.
view is
slowly at the
beautiful. At
At
top.
least the
least the
view
view,
is
the view is
gorgeous.
nice.
It's
The view is
slowly
sweet.
at the top.
The
The
view
view
is
is
sweet.
gorgeous.
Rashid said Kojo, but that does not mean he is a failure. Also, it just means that he has kept
It's
his
his
job,
job.
needed a success.
Absolutely.
But Kojo, see,
Yeah,
to
that's what
Rashid,
I'm saying.
to
You're in the
Kojo,
middle there. You don't call yourself successful.
Kojo, to the OG's defense, you said technology. A calculator is a technology. Before calculators were writing
I
stuff on paper.
agree. I
So I agree
agree.
with that.
Oh yeah.
Kukwa said, why are you attributing that to failure though? Maybe his job allows him to have a very good work-life balance,
hmm
so he doesn't feel the need
Need
to
to move
move
up.
up. Yeah, he
It's
doesn't want to be a slave like some
hey,
of us. Yeah,
hey. She didn't
allows
say
him.
that. You just put
He didn't want to
just
be. I
threw that
said it.
one in there.
I had to slide that in there.
No, and absolutely, I
Um,
agree. I agree. They have to. People have to make their own choices, and it's fine, right? But at the end of the
uh,
day, right, your choices
Mm.
you make
mhm,
does not suddenly become success. You can think
mhm.
of yourself as successful, and that's fine.
Success.
You can
It's
be happy.
success.
Yeah, yeah. You can be happy
That
with
was
it.
my
Okay,
goal
okay,
and I
guys,
reached
guys,
it.
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
guys. Let me finish.
Nobody's
Let
going to
me
come and kill you
let
on
me
that one.
finish my comment, and I'll throw in. Amanda is back. Amanda said, "I agree with AY because in my case, I keep adding value to myself. I
Mhm.
move ranks, but I still think I'm failing
Failing.
because I want to be a setting in. I want to be in a setting industry, and I'm not getting that opportunity.
Wait, so
I
why
think."
to you is she has she failed? She's still moving up. She's still bettering herself,
Mhm.
but where she
But she's
wants to
not
go,
getting the
she's
But
not getting
opportunity
there.
in a
It's
the
different
because
industry,
conversation
right?
is
she
not about
failed.
failure here. So
I know. But in this
I
case,
I think
you're
I
uh,
not
think
just
because
I
I would
being
have to take a
successful.
position on
But
failure
in
and
my
no, no,
then
no, no, no.
in my definition, she's successful. She's going after
Okay,
what she
okay,
wants. She's
but
adding value to herself. She's
mhm,
growing. She may not see it that way, and that is where the subjective part comes in. She
yeah,
might think, "Oh, I'm way behind where I need to be." But
mhm,
listen, there are people who are making straight A's and are like, "I should make straight A pluses." There are valedictorians, but they're like, I could have gone farther." The fact
mhm,
that they are not meeting their own standards doesn't mean they're failing.
mhm,
Yes, you can be last in the class. You may not be going anywhere. You could be happy with where you are. It's
mm.
fine. It's called contentment. Be there. There are people who are succeeding and are not content with it. They're winning every day, but they're not content with it. They keep fighting. And you can't call them a failure. I'm sorry. But the fact that
nobody
they don't
the
feel like
So
they're
whole
winning,
so
talk
so
about
guys,
failure. Failure
guys,
defines failure and we're not talking about
guys,
we're not gonna
okay,
talk. I'm not gonna
okay.
have a
guys.
conversation.
And oh, okay. Amanda, keep trying. You make the political scene, the political industry. You make it. Don't worry.
She's gonna
I
get
know
there
that's the
too.
industry she probably wants to
So
get
long
into
as she's
because
growing.
that's where all the money is. The national cake. You get there. Kukwa said, "Nah, prof, you're totally
Of
wrong. I don't
course,
know
he's
what she's wrong
totally
with."
wrong. He's
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay, that's very true, Kujo. If we're all successful, success will no longer be an accomplishment. Facts. If you had a person who was valedictorian was successful
Successful
in
in
becoming
becoming
that
that.
defined success,
That.
Rashi.
So when you talk in
Facts.
terms of
He
valedictorian, yes,
said,
she was successful at it.
lonely
Someone
at the
was not.
top, but the
Yeah.
view is beautiful. That's facts.
Gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous niches. Who this?
Beautiful.
Who this?
I need extra
Guys,
oxygen out here because I'm
guys.
I'm on another
the
level.
air up there is a little thick,
It's very thin. It's
guys.
very
It's a
thin
little,
there.
it's thin. Okay, it's thin. Kojo needs
I
oxygen
need
up
more
there.
oxygen.
He needs
Hey,
more
Efia, can you
oxygen.
ship me some from down there?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
But hey, no shots, no shots. You can't be firing shots like that. But
Oh,
guys,
oh,
guys,
I'll take it
before
like that.
Mhm.
we wrap up, I
Mhm.
have one more question for you
Mm.
guys. Romantic relationship.
Mm.
How do we define success?
Hey,
That is very
as for that one,
subjective.
I'm with Efia on that one.
Yeah, you're not on any place on me,
As
please.
for that one, I'm with Efia on
Take
this
your
one.
position and defend
No,
it.
no, this one.
If you are
Take your
dating,
position
if you're
and
dating,
defend it.
So the
I
thing,
don't want
so
if
the
to know
thing
if
all
is,
my
if
parts
if
of
if
my. No,
if guys,
uh-uh.
if you're dating, you're in a romantic relationship, and let's keep it to romantic. I'm not talking about friendship,
hmm,
romantic relationship. You
what is
guys are
success in that one?
lovey dovey, kiss it, whatever. When you start from the point you get in,
Mm.
right? When we are looking from the outside, what is success? And you that you're inside, what
What
is your
is success?
success?
Kai. I'm glad you have those
I
two
don't
because
want
I think
I don't want anyone to look from the outside. Mm-mm.
no, but AY, that's the funny thing. I
Yeah,
think
but the
looking
outside is the industry benchmark,
exactly looking from the
right?
outside in, so long as nobody has stopped breakfast, we would think we would think it's good, right? And I think
Yeah.
when it comes to when it comes to romantic relationships, right, and measuring success, I think I'd go with the elders on this one. There's a saying in the Akan language, right, that if
Hmm.
your stomach is hurting and you don't show your teeth, nobody's
Hmm.
gonna know. If you're
Mm.
there smiling for the gram and doing it for the gram, hey, those of us would think, hey, that relationship is successful. Nobody
Hmm.
don't stop breakfast.
Hmm.
But I also think for me, when it comes to these things, majority of it would be about appearance, right? If your relationship is great, but every time we see you out there, you guys are in a fight where you're all trashing each other. I mean, as happy and all that it would be on the inside, and the outside it just looks bad. And that's where people would start giving you advice, and people would start thinking, "Hey, why are you with him or why are you with her?" And so I think for me, so long as people are together and at least out from the outside, we're not seeing them, at each other's throat, would think they're fine. And even when some this thing you're doing, right? If if they demonetize this video, we're coming to you.
For just a second.
AY, AY, what do you think? With this one, I think you agree with me.
No, I don't. I really don't. It's
Eh,
not
eh,
only about, of
eh, eh.
course, we'll never be on the same page, you
Let
know.
us see. Let us see how you do this.
So, so yeah, I was expecting to stick to your objectivity and then talk about it. But yeah, it's very
Hmm.
subjective. But for it's not just about how they look, and if nobody is, if you guys are still together, it means it's successful. It's so
But the,
no.
the benchmark is usually get married, right? They expecting you, right? Let me throw
Oh
that in
yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Usually that's the
Right,
expectation. If you guys,
right.
yeah,
That's the
if
industry. That will
in the
be in this case, the
industry,
industry benchmark will be
it's to
marriage,
be
right?
able
No,
to get
not get married.
married.
Stay married.
Or stay married,
Oh
whatever.
well,
But at
stay
least to get
married.
there and stay married, right? So
Mhm.
Yes,
what do
stay there
you
and then keep it. But for
yeah.
individual, I don't think it's
If you don't get there, have you failed? Have you succeeded individually
Mm,
versus a bit? What is it?
mm,
What do you
so
mm,
individually, right? I think even with that, individually, people will look at if I'm able to, get married with this person and then stay with this person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it comes to being with somebody, it's just more about, yeah, mainly if you're able to stay with a person happily, not just stay with the person, stay with the
mm,
person with peace of mind,
Mm.
then yeah, for me that is success. But if
mm,
you are staying with a person and enduring,
mm.
no, that is not success to
But
me.
So
Individual,
isn't endurance a part of
individual.
the journey? Wouldn't
Um,
everybody have to endure at a point, right? At a given point, someone would be enduring, but overall, it could be
no,
successful. If you
no,
read Michelle Obama's recent book, right, she talks
no,
about where for long stretches she just hated Barack's guts, right?
no,
And so, yes, she endured those
no.
moments, but overall, right, if you're with someone for 30, 40 years, yes, even if there are like 10 years of endurance in there, if you're 40 years and overall you're happy and you're still
When we
together.
talk about endurance,
mhm.
it also has to do with what you're enduring.
Okay,
Right? Because
okay.
if I'm looking at being with somebody and the
Soft
things
life,
that
soft
are
life.
non-negotiable, like, well, not really naming them, but yeah, are there. And then the person,
Mm-hmm.
I just hate the person at some moment to like, I just hate the person. I'm gonna endure the person because I
Mm,
know that
yeah,
moment is going to pass and we're going to be fine because it's a
Mm.
phase. It
absolutely.
depends on exactly
Mm-hmm.
what you're enduring. But
Mm-hmm.
when certain things are not really in position and that I can't deal with
Mm.
this, right? You would better off. Well, that's why I tell you individually, if I'm in there to marriage happily, yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's success to me. But if I'm in there enduring just because I want to meet
So
the industry
wait,
requirements,
wait.
no,
My
that is not
question,
success
my
to
question.
me.
I think you've answered one part of it. One part you said if the industry standard is to get married, so to you, when you get married, you stay married, you succeeded. So contrary to that, if you don't, have you failed?
It depends on what they wanted in the relationship. Some people are just there for fun. and they
Okay.
both know they are there for fun,
Okay.
Mm.
and
All
they
right.
don't marry,
Um.
they are successful at it. They're just having fun and they're done
Okay.
with it, right?
Okay. All right.
But
Mm.
then if your goal in there was to be
Mhm.
together to marry and then you don't, yeah, you failed.
Okay. Kojo, before we wrap up,
Hmm.
give us your last thought or
Last
answer
thought.
that. Last thought on the whole marriage thing,
Hey,
the
on the whole,
society.
hey, I
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah, give us that, and then
easy,
we'll
Because
easy.
wrap
you are
I
up
the one
do.
with.
supposed to be giving
So,
us on
so
marriage, we
I,
should
I
marry.
wanted to, I wanted
Hmm.
to talk about a few things before we go, right?
Okay.
And I think for the lively nature of the debate and the
Hmm.
argument, right?
Hmm.
Um, I have to disclose, like full disclosure, I do not believe there's an objective metric to success. I think
Hmm.
just for the conversation and to bring different ideas to the table, I think
Hmm.
it's a mix, right? It's a
It makes
mix.
Hmm.
I think the best we can do is to set our goals and try to achieve them.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
in life, the something, and I think when it comes to success, right,
Hmm.
contentment, and I kept mentioning it, far supersedes success or rudimentary definitions of success.
Hmm.
And in the conversation we saw it come up where people brought their own life stories, right? We
Hmm.
go chasing the glitz and the glams and the medals and all that, and
Hmm.
sometimes we're not happy. Sometimes
Yep.
and I've been
Facts.
in that situation where you've made an A at the end of a class but you're still very frustrated and you feel like you could have done more. You feel there's more left in the tank.
Hmm.
I feel, and this is what I always tell people, for me success is when you leave the field with nothing else in you. When
Hmm.
I give it my all, no matter what the results are, win, lose, whatever, when I give it my all, I think it was a successful day out, right? If I went to write an exam, studied
Hmm.
my hardest, worked the best I could, and I get a 70 or a 60, and this is
Uh,
all I could do, sometimes I feel content and I'm happy. Sometimes I can make a 95 and I know in me, I didn't study hard, I didn't push myself enough. I could have made a
Hmm.
100. And so, per the objective standards, yes, I did well in that class and not in that class. But
Hmm.
within yourself, you may be going up there, getting all the degrees, getting all the titles and the awards, but you'll not be happy because you're not meeting the goals you're setting for yourself. And you're not even happy doing it, right? And so, when it comes to this success conversation and bringing it back to the marriage thing, I do not think any of us on here is one, qualified enough, and two, experienced enough to have a position on what success in relationships would do. Relationships
no,
are
no, no, no.
probably
I'm
one of the
actually a guru, so yeah, I am.
Let him
okay.
know. Let him know. Let
My
him
bad,
know.
my bad. Kwesi and I do not
Hmm.
have the qualifications or the guru
Media
titles
don't.
to
Media
come in,
don't.
because the truth is, every it's like fingerprints. Relationships are like
Yeah,
fingerprints. There's no
yeah,
Mhm.
standard to it. Like, what would you use to measure happiness or success of a relationship, right?
Exactly.
Being
Exactly.
together means nothing. There are people who've been together for 60 years and have been miserable. They just don't have an out. And there are people who were together for 2 days and it was wonderful for those 2 days. They probably didn't last as long as you would want them to, but they're happy. They moved on to
yeah,
better things. So I think it's one of those things, right?
Hmm.
Again, it's very, very subjective. Whatever your goals are, if you achieve them, not everybody wants to get married, or not
Exactly.
everybody wants to get married now, or not everybody wants to get married. So it's a whole thing, right? So at the end of the
yep,
day, I feel, uh, do the best you can, especially in school, with work, career. Listen, move at your own pace, do the best you can. But I'm sorry, you don't get to define success. And as for that one, I'm not going to stand behind you. We
Okay.
can all say we tried, we did our
Hmm.
best, but success in a field, a successful scientist, a successful economist, the awards are given. A successful movie star, the Grammys will come, they'll give the awards and the Oscars and all that. I think you can do your best, and sometimes your
Hmm.
best is enough, sometimes it's
Okay.
not, but you're not
All right.
successful, you're just
All
hanging
right.
in there like everyone else.
All right, guys. Thanks, guys. We've come to the hour mark. We about to wrap up. And
I want to hear AY's last words.
any last words? I think Ojo, you've given me your last word. AY,
Please don't roll your eyes. AY,
give us
please
your
don't
last
roll your
words,
eyes.
and we'll wrap it up, and we'll probably pick it up
uh,
later on
yeah. I
the
mean,
Casa page
AY,
on Twitter.
before you continue,
Before.
right?
uh-huh.
Those of you watching this live and those who are going to watch this later, every time AY rolls her eye, please hit that like button or drop a thumbs up in the comment section. We want to see how many times
Oh
she's going
my
to roll her eye.
god.
That was one. So every time she rolls her eye,
Oh my
please hit
god.
that
Could you
like
please leave
button
me
and share.
alone?
Now let's go. AY. Final words. Eye roll count.
Yeah, I think I just said it until he got to the last part that he said you are hanging in there. You're not hanging in there. The most important thing is have a goal, set an objective, right? And then make sure you meet it. If you meet that goal, you were successful at it. You were able to meet goals so and so you did it. That is so perfect. You are successful. It doesn't matter what award they are giving. It doesn't matter what the whose standard are they measuring that to. Is that your capacity? Are you able to? You are successful at it, guys. So whatever you do, put in your best. Meet your set goals and standard. But one thing I would say is that usually be around people that motivate you to do more and do better. You set goals, but people are able to help you revise it. Maybe where you set it is too low. You can move it up to reach there. You can always do better, right?
Yep,
But if you're
yep,
able to
yep.
meet it, guess what? You are successful at it. Don't let anybody, not even Kojo, tell you otherwise.
Facts,
Okay.
facts, 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 facts,
That was
facts.
such a good last
But
word. She only rolled her eye
I
twice.
know,
Only
I
twice.
know.
Just
But
twice.
to
But
thanks,
AY,
guys.
can we get
Guys,
one eye roll? Just one eye roll.
I'm
Just for the
I
fun.
don't even
leave,
roll
Just
my
for
leave,
the
eye. Do I roll my
fun.
leave,
eye?
Just for the fans.
leave,
God
leave,
damn.
leave AY alone. But guys, I appreciate you guys for coming today. Kojo, thank you for your thought provoking. Thanks, Ifia. Thanks everybody. To our viewers and listeners, thank you for tuning in to this episode of podcast. We talked about success. We talked about academic success. We talk about career. We talk about romance success. We dived into different aspect, and we hope that you found our discussion thought provoking and entertaining and informative. We appreciate your support. If you enjoy this podcast, please hit the like and subscribe button. You can get this podcast on
Share.
Spotify
Share
and
with your
share
friends.
with friends. And don't forget to follow us on your social media to stay updated on the future episode and join our future conversation. So, for once again from the Casa Podcast, we thank you for listening. We look forward for having you next week. And guys, what do we say to our viewers before we go?
Bye. Bye.
Adios.